ये जो मेरे दिल में आग जल रही।
All right. Am I live here? Okay, so we are back again here. So today we are gonna so what has been done till now is that my project basically uses TRPC for the API services. Okay, now yesterday I was working on the server actions. So what I was doing is that I was implementing the actions. And inside the server actions, I was using the TRPC, which is kind of cool, but eventually I thought that this is kind of RPC over RPC, correct? So that's not making sense at the time, but I have read this article by the I mean the team of one of the team of TRPC. What was that? TRPC slash IO dot logs. This one. This one. And so initially I was thinking that using TRPC with server action is like nonsense. It's a bullshit. Okay. So then in here it was written this server action is a primitive, and as for all the primitive, they are quite bare bones and thus lacking some fundamental aspects when it comes to building APIs, correct? And for any API endpoint that is exposed over the network, you need to validate and authorize the request to ensure the API is not maliciously used. And previously mentioned TRPC's APIs is appreciated by community. So wouldn't it be nice to use the TRPC to define the server actions and utilize all the awesome features that come built in with the TRPC, such as input validation, authentication, and the authorization through middlewares. Okay, so these are the things which comes when we use the TRPC with the server actions. Okay, otherwise they do the same thing, TRPC and server action. So today we are gonna do another we're gonna choose another way to make it happen. So I'll stop making the server actions, and now uh, we are working in since we are working in app directory, so we choose the API endpoint to use a single endpoint for the TRPC, and then we can use this single endpoint of TRPC in the server TRPC. All right, so that's our challenge for the day. Okay, let's get started. Uh, so since we were doing in NeoVim yesterday, today I've shifted to Cursor because we have sort of time. We are getting out of time. So now stop making okay now. Okay, so what was that? Okay, so before we start that, we have to read another article. How to use TRPC with Next.js app router. All right. Okay, now this article is written by Brock Harrian in 2024 6 June. Okay. All right, now, okay, so I've been using Next.js for TRPs and years now, and the combination has let me build some of the most complex and powerful application I've ever worked on while providing val full TypeScript and type safety and letting me ship fast. It became an invaluable part of development. Okay, okay. Then Next.js sudden came out, okay, and where I have been building all the apps prior, the biggest things of Next.js sudden was server component and server actions, and while I do use them, I found myself missing the power of TRPC. TRPC. Okay, okay. Now in this article, we will add at how you can set up the TRPC Nexus app router. Okay. So what is TRPC? TRPC is library building for APIs to endpoint types, type safety, and it's built up top of 10 stack. Formally React for you and use the power of TypeScript and give you what the fuck. Uh, okay. So people of TypeScript, power of TypeScript to give you end-to-end type safety between the front end and back end. That's true. And it's a great way to build APIs in Next.js. Yep. Okay. So this is the command for installing the dependencies. Okay. So we have TRPC context and then we have create context and we have some session context and we return the context and in session the context. Okay. Now we have next we will create a file called trpc.ts which will contain our trpc configuration and some helpers for creating procedure. Okay. Now we have this context coming from context and the inner. Okay, 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 transform this and the middleware is here is the middleware. Here's the create call factory, merge routes and then router and procedure. Okay. Now creating middleware and procedure. TRPC middleware auth TS. Okay. Mm, okay. With 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 that in place, let's create our new procedure. One will be used for public routes and for routes that require authentication. Okay, to create a public procedure, we need the procedure. Okay. Yep. Yep. Default public route. Okay. 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 Now, okay, we have the auth procedure and you use the middleware here with auth. Replies on क्या चल रहा है भाई. Now that we have our middleware and procedure, let's create a router to handle our endpoints. To keep this simple, we'll define an endpoint in the single file called app.ts, but you can probably should break it up into multiple files if you want. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे क्या हुआ? TRPC router app, and in this app we have all the things correct, like the hello router and then the app router, then the create collar router, and this using this router, what we're doing, the first we will want to create a trpc helper that can use in client code. Okay, wait, wait. So this is the thing which we have to do in utils because it's client side. And mm, okay, so this app router coming from this app. Okay, okay. And api endpoint. Okay. So we have to do it. Hmm. Create context, app router, fetch request handler. With the endpoint is API TRPC. This is this. Okay. Now, if you use TRPC in the pages router, you may notice we are not using the next helper. You may notice that we are not using the next helper that TRPC provide. Okay. Yep. So this is a request, I think, fetch request handler, but instead of this, we use next helper. Uh, okay. That TRPC provides, and this is because the request and response object in pages are specific from Next.js, and the app router does not away this with this and use the standard request and response object. Hence, we need to use the request fetch handler from the TRPC instead. Okay, now for the last bit of setup, you need to install the TRPC context. TRPC context. Okay, use client, then trpc is from client side trpc, and then we are query client get fetch. Okay. Now what are you doing here? What are you doing here? We are doing trpc client is used to trpc client. What's going on here? What's going on here? Okay, so this is a trpc provider, correct? trpc provider, right? And now we wrap this trpc in the layout. Okay, then calling the procedure. Okay, so how do we call the procedure here? What do you call it? Like data equal to trpc hello, say hello. Then okay, so basically we're using context, correct? We're using create context, is it? Okay, so it's a query client provider. So this provider, I don't know what they use in this React query. Okay, let's ask once. What was that? It showed React context on the hood. Yep. It showed. Okay, now calling the procedure is like this. trpc hello, say hello, use query. Hello, say hello, use query. Okay, got it. Got it, sir. Got it. Now, what do we do? Let's implement it. Okay, so how to do it? Let's first make API route for this. What was that? API trpcs and then the slug trpc. What was that? What was that? API trpc route.ts. Okay, this one is it. Uh, okay, well, I think this is not it. This is not it. This trpc on a Mac route.ts. Okay, in this route.ts, what to do? Import create context from trpc context, and then app router. Okay, then fetch handler. Okay, okay. We go here is the context, then trpc context, correct? So we import the, this is not it, I think. Create context is this. Okay, that's that's reasonable. Huh? Faculty pedagogy. ये सरकारी जॉब क्यों डाल दिया यहाँ पर? Okay, so we have the create context trpc is coming from this. Okay, Yep, the app router, which is going from this index, all right. And wait, okay, so we have this. Okay, now this is where, and we have to export it, correct? Export the get and the no, get. Okay, so is it handler or what? Yes, it is handler. So we have to make it a handler. All right, const handler request, const handler is equals to a. Is it async? This is not an async. All right, so this async, and then we'll export handler as get and post. All right, this is cool. This is cool. This is super cool. This is super cool. Let's jump to the next. Mm, Now we will make a context for this. Okay, so okay, let's make it this trpc from utils trpc, and the query client provider get fetch http logger, then use state super json. Okay, now what is it in this utils trpc? Okay, utils trpc, utils. Where is coming from, man? Utils trpc. So what it does, this trpc here, and then what do we have? Mm, okay, let's make a provider here. App this is provider. हम्म, क्या नहीं, डेब तेरा जो वो करेगा, सपोर्ट करेगा, डेब ही सपोर्ट करेगा आई थिंक। हाँ, आर्म पता नहीं दूसरा होता है कुछ, शायद पता नहीं। ऐप इमेज वो नहीं है। Okay, so we have the provider, and I would name it trpc provider. All right, trpc provider, tpc provider, provitr provider, tsx. All right. So this is use client. We copy all the shit here, and then here we go. A trpc, where is it coming from? This is it's not making sense right here, because client, lib, where is lib, lib trpc, then client, what is it? Create. I'm a bit confused about this, like how this are working here. There are a lot of trpcs clients I can see here, but I'll check it later. Burn install this super json. What is super json, by the way? Super json. Am I moving? Yep, I'm moving. Super json. Delete it. Now what's going on here, that We're wrapping out the layout of TRPC provider. So what's happening here? We have the query client, uh, scan from this, and the default stale time is 5 minutes, I guess. All right. Now we have the TRPC provider, and it has the children, and now the URL is this. Okay, okay. If it has, then this. Otherwise, localhost 3000 API slash TRPC. Are we good here? Are we good here? App slash API slash TRPC. Okay, we are good. Now we are storing the TRPC client from the user state, and the user state, what it does is TRPC create client links logger enable this HTTP batch link this. What is this URL come from? This URL come from this here fetch async this transform messages not assign. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Hmm. So what is this? Okay, I see. This is the link. So the TRPC client is here, and we are creating a client. Then we have a link, and which consists of logger link, and then HTTP batch link, which is consisted of URL that is okay, and we have some input. No, fetch get fetch कोई दिक्कत नहीं भाई ठीक है अभी रिटर्न फैच और बस थोड़ा वही डाउनलोड करने में दिक्कत होता है और कुछ नहीं बट डाउनलोड हम लोग कितना भी कर रहे हैं वही तो बात है fetch input init hmm, credential. Okay, let's ask here why it is here. It is here. Explain it, motherfuckers. Things going on. Things. Please check the connection. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Superposition is safely serialized JavaScript expression to a superset of a JSON, which includes dates, begins, and more. All right, all right, all right, all right. Now, reliable serialization and deserialization, type safety for auto completion, negligible runtime footprint, framework agnostics, perfect fix for next year's serialization information. Okay, got it. I got it, yo. I got it. Okay, so it forces cookies to be sent with TRPC HTTP calls. Okay. Credential includes credential include ensure the browser attach your session cookie example this on the request API so the server can read the auth context, get fetch. Now this get fetch is the right fetch SSR this browser. Okay, so it's coming from. All right. So the type of super. You must define a type. Okay, okay. Hmm. It has it. All right, not a big deal. Not a biggie, 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 not a biggie. So the TRPC provider here. Okay, 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 okay. We go to the app and then we go to the layout app and we provide the providers. Where is provider coming from? Okay, this provider is fine. Remove this motherfucking providers. Okay, the TRPC provider. Uh-huh. Okay. Now we are fine, I guess. Now we are fine. Okay. So we have to fix the API. Okay, API is good. And okay, so what is done right now till now? We have completed the API page for the TRPC and with the provider in the client which would pipe the data into the client through layout. And how is this data coming from? That's the question. Okay, so this TRPC client is coming from this. We are creating this TRPC client. Where's this TRPC coming from? This TRPC coming from this TRPC client. And the okay, so app router is coming from this server app router, this thing. All right. Okay, okay, okay. I got it. I got it. I got it. Now it's check time, baby. Bun tab. Locals 2000. Okay, now we need to fetch something. Correct. Uh, so let me tell cursor that what I'm doing right now. What have I been done till now? Okay, so what I've done. Stop doing and server action. Instead, I have doing it in um, API route. Doing it in API route. It is implemented, but now it's time to call the or pieces to client. Okay, so how he does it? Here is the public author address. Okay, layout, and then his call is home client is this. TRPC say hello this. Directly call it. Correct. Look now, bhai. वो कर्सर कोई और डाला हमको लग रहा देना वो उसी का है कर्सर से okay what it says is cause you are setting a transformer to the client link super JSON but your TRBC in it on the server side doesn't define the transformer you must watch this this is done bro this is come on bro this is done 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 server TRPC and then TRPC base it is done you can see it in here all right. Alternatively, client side remove the transformation HTTP batch on this, but recommend fixed define server and okay. Okay. Oh. Now, great. Switching back to TRPC to over API. This to this. Wrap the app over TRPC. This I've done this. I've done this. Provider is correct. Okay. Okay. Use hook client this. Okay. Mutation. Hmm. Please update the app and then in this app we have post hello Ravikant play with the post route main app जूनियर है मेरा भाई ये this here okay this is done okay this is done do we need this yep the new post okay so we have to update this on and also the pages inside the post all right all right so okay TRPC from this and then what are we doing here post okay so let me keep this TRPC and then we are going to the post yup we are very fine in this post we are in list here all right it's working baby it's working now we have the utils why are define the utils again okay. So we define the utils because we need to update it and when updating it we have to invalidate the react query that is it that is it that is it okay so updated this to use trpc over the api switch to trpc post use query on for fetching and remove the sketch invalidation and yes I'm going It has ended. Anyone interested in Spanish Techno Management Fest in Mint Jaipur Hackathon and DM if you need a member. Prince Tiwari. I have to check that. Okay. Mm. Um. Okay. Now it's time to list all the posts right here. All right. 3000 slash posts. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yep, it's working, baby. It's working. Let me get it. Let me get it. Let me get it. Get status. Okay. Oops. Get add all of them. Get commit. What do I need to commit? That get commit. What is this? Get commit. What is this? Starting with API routes. Git push. It's a Debian file. It's a Debian file, bro. Alright, so we are good here. We are good here. So this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Then we have the new. Now, yep. Now update the update the new and the ID slug. Oh, let me update it. Okay, so in this new, what we have is new post form. In this post form, we have the hooks. So we have to remove the hooks right here. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. And we have to import this. I'm gonna import trpc from this here. Oh shit, from this here. And since this is a new, so we have to, what do we do here? Create muted this. Is it okay? Is it okay? No, there is no such muted function in here. Okay, so we have in the post, and in here we are in create, and then input mutation. कोई सा भी कर लो, उसका कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता गिटहब से। मतलब मेरा गूगल में पता नहीं चलता ना, गूगल में मेरा बहुत सारा साइन अप हो गया। मतलब इतना सा लिस्ट ना, लंद फंद भी बहुत सारा 10 साल से करते आ रहे हैं। थोड़ा उसमें दिक्कत आ रहा है हमको। चल लेट्स मूव टू दिस create. In this create here we have the protected procedure. Post input is in here. Okay, and then create mutation, input this. What I can do, input use mutation. Yup, why not? how we're using this one in the server action. A server action, new post. We were doing what we were doing. We were doing this app router create, and then I put the create in here. Right, create, put all the things in here. Okay. So also we can do in here create the title. Oh shit, we can do it like this. Form data. Oh no. Oh no. Create this data. So what's this form data here? Let me check. Is it a console.log form data? Let me check it. Let me check it. Let me check it. Let me check it. If I add a new post from here, is print data message. New post, and here we go. Should this, should this, should this. We got the data message is pending. Okay, so it is not necessary, correct? It is not necessary, correct? Data is correct. So if we open out this in the console, what is this? Markdown is this. Create out. So we have the type form data is in fact a object, correct? Form data to JSON. This is which we need. Okay, this is it. What the fuck? What the fuck? No, I don't know this map. Well, not callable. Okay, what is going on here? Oh shit, why didn't I use this? Why didn't I use this? Okay, so the utils is here for the updation, and then we have the create, post, use mutation, on success, await this, posts, list, invalidate. Alright, 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 alright. And what we do here is this form data is this, and then object is this, title is this, content is this is this, okay? So what's the use of this object right here? Come on, yo, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So better if I use this state, so work in progress. Let me work in progress. Need to check whether we whether to use whether to use the state. Okay, now this is good. This is good. Let's see. That's what's happening. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh shit. Slash posts. Woohoo! It's working, man. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working, yo. So in this assignment, what are the things I have to do here? Right, let's check it out. What things I would do. All right, now the blog post CRUD operation create, read, update on delete. Okay. Uh, okay. So I've made the phase. Let's update with this. Okay, phase. Enable button. Phase one completed. Phase three. Phase two. Progress completed. Completed. Okay. Now phase three. TRPC API layer. Jot validation. Jot validation. Uh, uh, so we have this routes UI UX. Okay. Hmm. Public dashboard landing slash blogs for the blogs ID for single word markdown RAM. Okay. Not this dashboard preview stats quick links dashboard. Okay. So not I think required. Okay. This is not what I required. Okay. So let's read it again. Okay. Um. Okay. Then go to this. Database design, set up this blog post title, this categories and post categories. Okay, so we have to work with categories also. Um, Create operation for blog post, create operation for categories, and assigning create categories, assigning categories to the post. Uh, my app has started working with the API route TRPC connection. Now wanna start. I wanna resume the phase. Phase 4. Wait. Loading page. Hero. Features. CTA. Sign up. Okay. Block the public post. Operation. ID single block. Dashboard routes required. Stats dashboard post list with status filter triggered. dashboard slash post new let's say if I'm accessing from different place, let's say right here, list slash post post. Okay, so my protected page are also not working here. Let's say if I पता नहीं. ओके ओके बनाएंगे कुछ बनाएंगे. चल बनाते हैं. ते फिर आउट यार पैसे कनेक्शन ना रिज्यूम. तेरा तेरा हो गया तेरा तेरा ऑफिस. Database connection now. Yes, yes. Can see the face. पता नहीं भाई मेरा पैसा वैसा मेरे पास है नहीं तो पता कैसे करेंगे. Since I can use the user can enter the post. Just take a only they can delete them created. एक घंटा लगता बनाने में भाई। 1 घंटा भी नहीं भाई। सब्जी का तो कुछ टाइम नहीं लगता। सब्जी मतलब बैठ के बनाना भाई, और क्या, 15 मिनट, 15 मिनट, 15 10 मिनट वो। तो सिर्फ भात थोड़ी बनता है, रोटी भी तो बनता है, वो भी देखना तो। ऐसा कुछ नहीं भाई, उसको पूरा आराम से करना पड़ता भाई। क्या लगता है? हाँ तो थोड़ा टाइम तो लगाते हैं हम। दैट इज फैक्ट। दैट इज फैक्ट। दैट इज फैक्ट। बेटर क्या ट्रूथ है भाई? बेटर क्या है? बेटर इसमें कुछ नहीं है। बेटर कुछ नहीं है भाई, खान रोटी तो भाई अच्छा बन रहा ना, वो देखना वो। अच्छा बन रहा भाई, रोटी रोटी अच्छा बनता है वैसा भाई। एटलीस्ट खिचड़ी से अच्छा बन रहा है, ठीक है। देखो ये तो खिचड़ी से अच्छा बन रहा है भाई। अभी बनाएंगे चावल और। चावल दाल बनाते हैं क्या? चल। Alright guys, we are stopping it right now.